Eric Forrester's life is hanging by a thread, and a Spencer is entirely to blame. Oh my God, you guys, Will Spencer just committed the ultimate Forrester sin, and he is about to pack his bags and run away from Los Angeles like a total coward. I am shaking just thinking about the absolute chaos this is going to unleash. Hey B&B fans, welcome back to the channel. I've got some massive LA drama to unpack today, and trust me, you are going to want to hear every single detail of this explosive spoiler. If you love deep dives into our favorite soap, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss an update. Let's get straight into the madness. I honestly believe we are witnessing the complete and total destruction of Will Spencer. Let's be real for a second. The romance between Will and Elektra has been hanging on by a thread for weeks. The Forrester family has been working overtime to block this relationship, and frankly, I completely understand why. Ivy Forrester already poisoned the well, and now the rest of the Forrester clan is stepping up to physically and emotionally block Elektra from making the biggest mistake of her life by staying with a Spencer. But Will just refuses to take a hint. He is acting like an obsessed, entitled brat who thinks he can just steamroll over everyone to get what he wants. I think his behavior lately has been nothing short of toxic, and today's spoiler absolutely proves my point. According to the latest jaw-dropping spoilers, the tension is going to explode into a full-blown physical disaster at the bikini bar. Will and Elektra end up crossing paths there, and things get incredibly ugly. Will is not taking no for an answer. He is relentlessly pressuring Elektra, trying to convince her to leave the bar and go home with him. If you ask me, this is classic Spencer manipulation. We have seen his father, Bill Spencer, do this exact same thing to Brooke and Katie for over a decade. The Spencer men do not know how to handle rejection, and Will is proving that the apple truly does not fall far from the tree. Elektra is clearly uncomfortable, and the situation is rapidly spiraling out of control. But here is where the plot twist hits us like a freight train. Just as Will is getting aggressive and demanding that Elektra leave with him, Eric Forrester and RJ Forrester walk into the bikini bar and immediately intervene. Thank God for RJ. I have been saying for weeks that RJ needs to step up and show some backbone, and he is finally doing it. RJ and Eric step right in between Will and Elektra to shut this nonsense down. But things do not go the way anyone expects. I was stunned when I read this next part. Completely stunned. Will is absolutely hammered. He is drunk, belligerent, and completely out of his mind. Instead of backing down out of respect for the patriarch of the Forrester family, Will doubles down. He gets directly in Eric Forrester's face and starts being incredibly rude and disrespectful. Will actually has the audacity to look Eric in the eye and call him an old man. He screams at Eric, declaring that he is a grown man and he will do whatever the hell he wants. Are you kidding me right now? I am absolutely livid. You do not talk to Eric Forrester that way. Eric is a legacy character, a fashion icon, and the heart and soul of this show. For a spoiled little punk like Will Spencer to disrespect him like that is completely unforgivable. I honestly believe Stephanie Forrester is rolling over in her grave right now. If Stephanie were alive, she would have slapped Will across the face so hard he would have landed in Malibu. This blatant disrespect is exactly what pushes RJ over the edge. RJ is not just Ridge and Brooke's son. He has Massimo Marone's blood running through his veins. That aggressive, protective instinct kicks in, and RJ completely snaps. He steps up to defend his grandfather and throws a massive punch right at Will's smug face. I am totally on RJ's side here. Will was asking for it. But this is a soap opera, and a simple bar fight is never just a simple bar fight. As RJ swings, Eric panics and tries to play peacemaker, Eric steps right into the middle of the crossfire to break up the boys. In the chaotic scuffle, Will shoves back or deflects the blow, and his physical force directly impacts Eric. The Forrester patriarch loses his footing, crashes to the ground, and suffers a horrific accident. Let's pause and look at the massive historical context here. We all know Eric Forrester's health is incredibly fragile. It was not that long ago that we were all crying our eyes out thinking Eric was going to die from that mysterious terminal illness. He barely survived. His body went through absolute hell, and he is still in his recovery era. A severe physical trauma, like being shoved to the floor by a drunk, raging Will Spencer, could literally be a death sentence for Eric. I am terrified that this accident is going to put Eric right back into a coma or worse. The moment Eric hits the ground and doesn't get up, the entire energy in the bikini bar shifts. Will's drunken rage instantly evaporates, replaced by sheer, unadulterated terror. He looks down at the legendary Eric Forrester, lying motionless on the floor, and realizes exactly what he has done. He hasn't just ruined his chances with Elektra, he has potentially killed the head of the Forrester family. And what does Will do? Does he stay and call 911? Does he take responsibility like a real man? No. The spoilers indicate that Will is so paralyzed by fear and guilt that he actually flees Los Angeles. He runs away. I am screaming at my screen right now. What an absolute coward. This is the most pathetic thing I have ever seen a character do in recent B&B history. He causes a catastrophic injury to an elderly man and then just skips town to avoid facing the music. I think we really need to talk about where Will is going to hide and who is going to help him. I strongly suspect he is going to run straight to his father, Bill Spencer. Bill has covered up crimes before. Remember when Bill blew up the Spectra building? Remember all the times Bill has used his money and his private jets to make problems disappear? I honestly believe Bill will try to hide Will in some remote Spencer Publications property in Europe to keep him out of prison. But Katie is going to lose her absolute mind. Katie already has her hands full fighting with Brooke over the Logan fashion house and trying to poach Hope. When Katie finds out her precious son is a fugitive who nearly killed Eric Forrester, she is going to have a complete nervous breakdown. Furthermore, wait, no, I promised myself I wouldn't use boring words. Let me just say this, Steffy Forrester Finnegan is going to unleash hell on earth. We all know Steffy is already dealing with the insane corporate drama of Brooke trying to steal her co-CEO chair. Steffy is stressed, she is angry, and she is fiercely protective of her grandfather. When Steffy gets the phone call that a Spencer boy put Eric in the hospital and then ran away like a rat in the night, she will not rest until Will is locked behind bars. Steffy will use every ounce of Forrester money and influence to hunt Will down. This is going to ignite a family war that makes the old Spencer versus Forrester feuds look like a playground dispute. I am also incredibly curious about how this impacts R, J, and Elektra. R, J threw the punch that escalated the situation, so I know he is going to carry a massive amount of guilt. Even though Will is the one who impacted Eric R, J will blame himself for throwing the first punch. Elektra, on the other hand, has a front row seat to Will's true colors. Any lingering feelings she had for Will are officially dead and buried. You cannot watch a guy drunkenly assault an old man and still want to date him. I think this trauma is going to push Elektra directly into R, J's arms. They are going to bond over this horrific nightmare, and R, J is going to become her ultimate protector. This entire storyline is absolute sweeps month gold. The writers are giving us everything we want: high-stakes family drama, legacy character peril, and a massive physical confrontation. But I have to ask you guys, what do you think is going to happen next? Do you think Will is actually going to get away with this? Or will Steffy and Ridge hunt him down and drag him back to LA in handcuffs? And do you think Eric is going to survive this brutal fall? Drop your wildest theories and predictions in the comment section below, because I read every single one of them and I love debating with you all. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your fellow soap addicts, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
What do you guys think about today's drama?
Miss out on
Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news.
And I'll
see you in the next video.